welcome to this edition of ABNCast. We are still at the MRO Europe show in London. It's very much the kicking out time. The show is just about to finish, but we've left the best till last. We thought we'd come and speak to our friends on the EirTrade stand. I'm joined by Dan Trigg, who is the Senior Sales Manager at EirTrade. Dan, thanks for joining us. Thanks for inviting us on at this late hour before you head off.
No problem at all.
Just give us an overview of EirTrade. We know what you do, but maybe some people out there won't. But what is your specialisms? What do you do?
Yeah, so primarily we would tear down end-of-life assets. We have a teardown facility in-house at Knock Airport in the west of Ireland. We would tear the parts down. We then sell them to the market. We have a broad range of customers across the world.
Yeah.
Look, we have many strings to our bow. We also offer Part 145 maintenance. We offer third-party disassembly, so if people need an aircraft or an engine torn down, we can do pretty much all aircraft types in Knock. We can do the CFM family engines in Knock. We have staff all around the world.
Yeah, we have a facility in the US.
Yeah,
you've got people based out in Singapore, so you cover the globe. But the Knock and Dublin remains the core, the heart of the company, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Dublin is where we keep a lot of our serviceable stock, but then we also have the facility in Dallas.
Yeah,
lots of stock there. As we try to help customers, in the US and in Europe.
Yeah. And you're also part of the larger Acorn group, aren't you?
Yes.
Corporately speaking, so...
it was about 2 years ago, Acorn took us over, so we're a sister company with Century, who we're sharing a booth with today.
Yeah.
That's
Century Aerospace, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've, it's really accelerated what we do. In the past, we would maybe partner with consigners more, where they would, often leasing companies, where they would give us a plane, we would tear it down, we'd agree a percentage split. Now, we're doing that, but we primarily own the aircraft, and it's huge for us. We have a lot of investment behind us, and we can do loads of things now.
Yeah. So there's I know there's certain platforms you focus on. You're tearing down various aircraft, but there are what platforms do you tend to be focusing on?
So in terms of what we're selling at the moment, we have A330, A320, A320 Neos, A380. Then on the Boeing side, we've got 737 NG. 777s and 787.
Yeah.
And we've also, so far this year, done 7 E190s. So we're getting into the regional side as well.
Okay.
In terms of upcoming teardowns, I mentioned the Neos. They'll be torn down soon.
Yeah.
We have 4 more 777s to be torn down. They're 200 ERs.
Yes.
And we have 2 A330s and 1 A319. So, the guys are keeping busy in Knock.
Yeah.
And look, we have plenty to sell. We're ready to do deals. We're, it's a great time.
And actually, you've done some, for an outsider who doesn't know how the aviation sector works, there's some pretty young airframes, really, because that's how the industry is. Some of these airframes are worth more in their constituent parts than they are as an operating aircraft.
Yeah, so we were the first company to tear down 787s.
Yeah.
We did 2 ex-Norwegian aircraft about 3 years ago now. Yeah. And look, it's bittersweet in a way, it still seems like a new aircraft you tear down, but look, OEMs need help with the parts. It helps, I think. We tear it down, we have the parts available to support airlines, support the OEMs, support whoever needs it. So it's.
I mean, what's obviously behind that is the finances of running an aircraft, and obviously the leasing companies are very critical in that.
Yeah.
The amount of sale and lease back now in the market is I don't know, it's pretty high. I think it's maybe more than half of aircraft are on that basis.
Yeah, sure.
And you are based in the heart of the world's aircraft leasing.
Yes,
in Dublin. So.
And sure, that's how we started. We worked with a lot of the local leasing companies, and it works well for them as well because we can tear down in-house. They haven't got to deal with a teardown company, us, and various different parties. We can really do it all.
Yeah.
So
that I guess that relationship with the leasing companies is getting more critical, is it? Because they said they play such an important role in what you do, but also how the aviation sector itself operates in these quite constrained times.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it's important. We have a good relationship with them.
Yeah.
And I guess another advantage of doing it in-house as well is we can. People need interiors, leasing companies so either them or, we can take stuff off that people need. We can really do, we want to offer head to tail support on all this material. You know, you never want to scrap something that could be of use to someone. So we're, you know, we encourage people to talk to us, to let us know if they need anything. We have stuff in the hangar, you know, we can take stuff off as you need it. So like, please do let us know.
Yeah. What's some of the big trends then? Obviously, the talk in this show the last couple of days has been supply chain constraints, etc. Availability of parts, absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
The speed of getting into markets as well and being adaptable and flexible. So how are you and EirTrade adapting to what you do to meet those market conditions?
Yeah, it was exactly, you hit the nail on the head there. It's this, the OEM shortages really are, you know, they're causing issues in terms of, obviously getting the parts to repair, you know, the parts you need. It's causing prices to go up. And then at the same time, when the shortages are, you know, solved, prices drop. So you've got to be really on the ball.
Yeah.
Look, the way we get around it is we're seeing where these areas are, where we need to buy. And we have a dedicated purchasing team, spend upwards of 20 million this year on parts. You know, we're looking for those hard to procure parts. We want them in stock, on the shelf, ready to go. And really, that's how we're doing it. We are just getting a huge pool of stock. We've been doing exchanges much more this year. You know, we want to really support the airlines on ready to go material, the hard to procure stuff.
You're obviously on the sales side, but what you can sell is entirely dependent on the procurement guys.
Yeah,
I believe it's tough out there, and it's tough to find, especially whole aircraft and aircraft with engines still, which where the super value is, I guess, if you get an aircraft with its engines. So, talking on the procurement side, how are those guys faring? I mean, it is tough. It's very competitive. So.
Of course, yeah, it's extremely competitive. I mean, from what I hear, we're bidding on stuff all the time. Yeah, you know, and sometimes you and I went to walk away when it's not quite right. But look, there's aircraft out there. We're always looking to bid on it. You know, and we've won a fair few. You know, especially it was coming waves for us now. Right now, we're really busy. We've got lots coming in.
Okay.
So yeah, look, procurement's key, as you say. You know, we need to be on top of it. At the same time, you need to make sure you're getting a deal that's profitable and works for us.
And clearly, what everyone wants is a bit more visibility as to the future. And although crystal balls don't exist, you can do that. And with technology, you can start to have at least a better guess at what's coming up, so that you're prepared for things. I'm sure you're doing the same, and because you need to be there for when those demand spikes happen. And changes in the market suddenly occur. So,
well, look, we're always, you know, tracking the trends. You know, you can use predictive maintenance, all those sort of things. There's all sorts of things now that can really help predict. Yeah. Look, we have a great team here that are, you know, always looking at it closely, and you know, we procure where we see demand. And
I've been to your facility in Dublin a few times, seen the warehouse behind the offices. Yeah. And it's stacked floor to ceiling with all sorts of parts. A logistical, you know, really big logistical business, bringing things in and out, storing them, knowing what you've got. Hard, isn't it? I mean, really tough. But the more technology you throw at this, the more you understand the parts that you've got and what you can sell, the better, I guess. So how are you improving what you do on that side of things, making yourselves more efficient?
Yeah, so look, we're making sure we're sending out stuff that is, you know, as I said before, it's key to have stuff ready to go. And that's really what we're looking at. You know, we have a repairs team working, you know, around the clock to get stuff out. We're, you know, we're looking at what's needed, sending it out, getting it ready. We're really trying to look at the trends, and, you know, we send out so much. We send stuff out straight from NOC often. You know, there's no point straight to the workshop, and let's get this stuff done. And I guess we have what's called a hot list. So when we have an aircraft, first thing we do is the hot list, take that off, straight to shop. Then the next aircraft, straight to shop. I know, and then maybe we come back and do the other stuff.
I seem to remember one of your innovations is a cradle that means you can take the landing gear off first due to that demand. So again, that's just an innovation. It is an innovation, really. I mean, it's not an innovation like technology and the internet, but it's obviously a clever way of going about things. That is what's on demand. Let's find a way of doing things differently so we can operate to market conditions again more efficiently. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, as you say, the landing gear is one of the first things people ask for when we landing gear APU, the major assets. The first thing we're asked about when we announce the new teardown. So being able to get that off, get that sold, or get that to shop. You know, start strong.
So what's coming up? I suppose this week's a good opportunity to take a sort of test of the market, to feel what's going on, to speak to different partners and get a bit of impact, a bit of feedback. So you probably take a lot away from this, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it's early days yet, and you'll go back to the office and discuss what you've heard this week. But
Yeah.
what do you feel is coming up in the market, in the industry?
Yeah, so I think look, the Neos are the big one. There's a lot of A320 Neos at the moment. We're hoping to we're tearing them down very shortly, so that's going to be an interesting one. You know, there's a lot of parts that are Neo exclusive that are going to be in high demand.
Right.
Yeah, look, we've concluded a lot of deals today. We've done deals on APUs. We've done lots of interesting stuff.
So this is a show where you do actually do deals on stand. It's business being done. Good business being done.
There's business to be done for sure.
Yeah. Knowing a boss Ken, he would insist there's a lot of business been done.
Oh yeah.
But also quite a lot of fun as well. It's always good fun to come to events like this.
Yeah.
See the industry face to face.
Of course, yeah. It's great to see people face to face. It's great to really get to know people. And look, it's a plus as well if you can conclude a deal at the end of it as well.
So over a Guinness, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, that announcement was our cue to get out of here because the show is closing. So we'll wrap this up. But Dan, thanks for that. Great bit of insight, and best of luck to the future. We will see you at the next show.
Right, thank you very much, Lee.
No problems. Cheers.